Hello from the White House. First off, President Trump had a good weekend playing golf and lining up a tee shot to celebrate the primary loss of one of his most disliked Republicans. Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana did not make the cut to be part of a two-person runoff Saturday. Cassidy was largely a Trump ally when it comes to policies and votes in the Senate. However, the president never could forget that Cassidy was one of the Republicans who voted to remove Mr. Trump from office after the attack on the Capitol January 6, 2021. You've seen the video of all that most likely, but now see the relish with which the president took to Truth Social to show him with a straight tee shot and the ball flying right into Cassidy's head. In this Tuesday's primaries, the commander-in-chief will be just as happy if Kentucky Republican Congressman Thomas Massie gets conked on the head, all for his questioning Trump's reasons for the Iran conflict, his vote against the One Big Beautiful bill that had big tax breaks for corporations, and Massie pushing for total release of the Epstein files. The district that Massie has is known for more libertarian streaks among the voters, but who knows if that will save him. Now, on to the disclosure this weekend that the president has settling with the IRS, not about paying taxes, but about getting as much as $1.8 billion in the settlement to create a fund that could pay allies and even many of the January 6th Capitol rioters for being targeted for prosecution by the Biden Justice Department. No other president has ever sued his own government, but Trump wants to rehab the reputations of many, or salve their wounds for a number of perceived unjust prosecutions. Well, as you can imagine, even some Republicans will express concern about this. Fun, right? For the moment, on ABC's This Week, Representative Jamie Raskin of Maryland, a Democrat, counted on as a Trump critic frequently.
Only Congress has the power to appropriate money, and Congress never voted on creating this $1.7 billion political slush fund at the Department of Justice, and Congress would never pass that. There's no way he could get that through Congress. So this is just an invention on his part. But even if Congress wanted to do it, I think it's clearly unconstitutional on a number of grounds. To begin with, if you look at Section 4 of the 14th Amendment, it says that no money can be spent by the federal government for the purposes of paying for insurrection or rebellion. So to the extent that he wants to give $1 million to each of 1,600 pardoned rioters and insurrectionists, we think that that's an unconstitutional use of money.
Well, while you think about that, consider if this settlement idea gets to the Supreme Court over a constitutional power of the purse argument. The current makeup of the conservative Trump-appointed majority has relished giving the president just about everything he wants from them, except for full whimsical tariff powers. And since it broke over the weekend, we've not heard from Republicans on Capitol Hill who have other issues to tackle. Now, this is the final week of the CBS News Radio Network, for which I've been doing some work. The new owners of the network, friends of the president, have realized that radio news is not a large growth media industry. And even I appreciate that. However, there wouldn't be a CBS network except for 100 years ago, William Paley and others realized Americans should be able to hear the news, not just read it in newspapers, which of course is now in its own fading industry, in favor of the digital age. It's perhaps sad, but not surprising. With Ear on the White House, I'm Bob Costantini.